Today we have the Seiko King Seiko automatic. This is the SJE095. It is a limited edition of only 600 made in this configuration. Now Tyler at Exquisite Timepieces sent it over on this kind of gray colored leather strap, but the watch does also come with a very nice fitted stainless steel bracelet as well. So you get both in this configuration, which is a nice value adder. Real quick, I have to say, because similar price points, similar specs, and similar heritage from different countries, I also have in from Exquisite Timepieces the Longines Conquest Heritage Center or Central Power Reserve. It's a more complicated movement than the King Seiko offers, but it's just really cool to see Swiss heritage, Japanese heritage. We have similar size, overall vibe of the watch, and very close in price point, within $400, and they're both over $3,000, so I feel like that's pretty close. Really cool comparison. So if you're in the market for one, you might want to look at the other in either direction. You might find features on one that you prefer over the other, and it just might push you in that direction. And that is one really great thing about Exquisite Timepieces, because they're authorized dealer for over 60 brands plus a massive pre-owned collection. The staff is very knowledgeable, very easy process to make your purchase. Reach out to my guy Tyler. Direct contact information will be down below. He's very easy to talk to and fairly responsive. You got to keep in mind, these guys get very overwhelmed very quickly because they're Exquisite's kind of a big deal. Like you guys see the volume of watches that I show on my channel alone from that dealer. Imagine what their sales look like. It's all they can do to just like kind of keep up. So, and they have a great location, Naples, Florida. If you ever get down that way, check them out. Tell them I sent you. All right, let's get going on this watch here. So 38 millimeter is the width. 45.8 millimeter. These measurements are within a millimeter, basically, of the Longines. So that's why I was like, wow, this is really cool that I have both of them at the same time. 11 millimeter thick, again, mostly polished case. Actually, fully polished. I don't see, well, a little bit of brushing on the top of the lugs. And that kind of helps set those lugs off a little bit because you have nice angles going on. 19 millimeter lug opening, same as the Longines. Again, amazing, very comfortable. Well, quite frankly, more comfortable than the Longines strap is the Seiko strap. And you get a stainless steel bracelet. So, I mean, if you're going to do a pros cons list, I think the Seiko kind of nudges out the Longines as far as the full package. But when it comes to the movement, having that power reserve is actually pretty slick. Not that this movement's a slouch. We'll cover that in a second. 5.6 millimeter push-pull crown. It is signed with the King Seiko logo. And it is very easy to operate. You don't get that power reserve indicator, though, with this movement. This is the 6L35, and you don't have a display case back because this is a limited edition. And what they do with the limited editions is they give it a nice ornate case back, and they give it an actual individual numbered. There's only 600 of these. This is it, an earlier number of that run. So that movement is 26 joules, so 5 more joules than the Longines, and 45-hour power reserve, which is roughly just under 20 hours less power reserve than the Longines. So Longines nudges it out on the power reserve for sure, and the fact that it has a fuel gauge. So if you look at that dial, very interesting, kind of snowflake frost type dial. Again, you have that really nicely done kind of Frenched in framed date window that's over at the 3 o'clock position. Gold tone, once the light catches it, it looks kind of silver there, but when the light catches it, you have a gold tone Seiko emblem, and then King Seiko printed down below. If you've been in the game long enough, or if you're a Grand Seiko fan, you'll know that the earlier Grand Seikos had said Seiko up here and then Grand Seiko down below. So this is kind of a similar thing. In the future, is it possible that we will see Seiko removed and it'll say King Seiko? I doubt it. I really doubt it. I think they'll keep it in this pattern where it says Seiko and then King Seiko. If I'm completely honest, a little bit of me misses some of those older ones where I said Seiko and Grand Seiko. It's double labeling, but you knew who the parent company was. But the Grand Seiko labeling is plenty enough now. So very clean dial. I mean, it's kind of like a baby Grand Seiko. I mean, it is where Grand Seiko was, 10 years ago for the price points and the value proposition that you had. Their prices are up quite a bit now as they've explored, obviously you got the spring drive and then the automatics and then the 9F quartz models and everything like that. They're pretty special watches for sure. But if it's not in your budget, then maybe look at the King Seiko lineup. Or honestly, even some of the Seikos with the, I'm going to get one in because they're releasing more with the SLA series with the 8L movement. They're a little bit more affordable than the Grand Seikos, but they kind of have that Grand Seiko trickle down effect, and that's what this King Seiko offers as well. Let's pop it on wrist. I don't see any lume on this, so we're going to do a wrist shot on the leather, which one of the reasons why this leather is more comfortable than the Longines is because it doesn't need any break-in. There's like no padding here, so it's automatically contoured to the wrist, whereas the Longines has that padding and the alligator strap, which will break in, but this one's very comfortable right out of the box. And of course, you have that bracelet option as well. So again, big thanks to Exquisite Timepieces for the continued support of the channel and the watch community. Check them out. Give them some love. Tell them I sent you. And if you ever are down near Naples, Florida, you're already in one of my favorite places in the United States. Definitely swing into their showroom. They have two different ones. They have different brands in each one, but it's like kind of an outdoor high-end shopping mall. There's a nice restaurant there. Yeah, I don't know. Let me know if you're going there because maybe I'll just meet you there. The more I talk about it, the more I miss being there. I need to get down there again. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next vid.